Hey guys, welcome to Overcrest. I'm Kris.
And I'm Jes.
Welcome
Not
to
Jake.
the podcast, Jesse. Not Jake. Much better looking, if I might say so myself.
Much
Bias
taller.
or not. Much taller, much better looking. And you've put together an episode for us. Jake is down in Palm Beach, Florida on vacation with his family. He keeps sending me pictures of sunshine because it is snowing here. So you put something together for us. I'm really curious. I can tell you guys, she's sitting in her office, which is on the other side of where she's sitting right now, working very studiously on something. And every time I walk over there, she starts closing her windows and telling me to go away. So I have no idea what's going on. What can you tell us? What's going on?
All right.
Hey, do you have ad reads figured out in this?
I do.
You do? Okay. I didn't know if I needed to say anything with that or not.
I do.
All right, let's do this.
Ironically, so you asked me to help you with this because Jake wasn't around. And I was like, what should I do? Should I do something ghosty? Should I do something like Cars that like went crazy, or like something like that? And
like
that
Christine? That is the best car gone crazy is Christine. Have you read it?
No, I haven't.
It's a story about, gosh, I wish I knew what kind of car it was. I can't remember. I think it's a Plymouth, like a Plymouth. God, it would be too well named to be the Plymouth Fury, but it's about this car. This dude who falls in love with this car, and it gets smashed, and it gets mad, and it starts killing people. And what's cool is after it gets in the accident, the movie scene, it like starts to like pop itself back to life. They smash the car, and then they reverse filmed it so that the car comes back to life, and all the bumps and the chrome and everything come out. Super, super epic, super interesting scene. Anyway, that's my favorite haunted car.
So then I was like, oh, maybe I talk about something I like. And then I started thinking about, there was this like true crime thing. And I was like, eh. And then I was like, there was this road that I always think about when you're scouting. And it just happens that this story happened 20 years ago, Thanksgiving weekend.
Okay.
Are you ready?
It's a particular road?
It's about a road.
Why do you think about this road every time I'm out scouting for the rally?
You'll figure it out.
Okay.
Figure it out. Do you remember what we were doing on our first Thanksgiving?
God, no.
We were living in Edina. And you were
By the way, hold on. By the way, for people that are new to the podcast, Jessie is my wife. So when we talk about Thanksgiving 20 years ago, we were hanging out because we were married. Anyway, yes. Continue.
We were living in Edina, and you had like that green Passat that never started.
That thing always started. What are you talking about? That ABA Passat, did it not start?
It was Thanksgiving, and I was standing at the end of our driveway with jumper cables because it wouldn't start.
So here's the skirt. Yes, but preface to that is me standing. It wouldn't start because the battery was dead. It was me standing at the end of the driveway with jumper cables in my hand. No one stops. 20-year-old Jessie walks out there with her jumper cables in her hand and a skirt. Boom! First guy pulls over, and you could tell he was really disappointed when he came.
When you walked out?
When he pulled in the driveway, and there's me standing there. Yes, and he did give us a very reluctant jump start. Yes, I do remember that.
All right. So imagine this. A man's walking alone at night. No flashlight. No trail. Only darkness, hunger, exhaustion, and snow swallowing everything he can see. 16 miles behind him is the car.
Sounds like a great place to bleed out. Have you seen those memes?
No.
No? Well, it's because you're a girl. They have these memes that are it's usually a picture of like a park bench. Yeah. And it's just sitting there, and then there's snow, and the snow is falling down, and it's just like, this would be a great place to bleed out. And it's like a very man thing.
Oh, okay.
I'll
that is not where this is going. All right. Where did I leave off? 16 miles behind him is the car where he left his family. A wife trying to keep it together, a 4-year-old, and a baby wrapped in the last warm clothes they have. He walks because staying means death, because no one else knows where they are, and because fathers do impossible things when there are no other options left. That's like wind gusting, okay?
Wind gusting, okay.
All right. Here, by now his jeans...
Let me show you this. Let me show you this quick. Like, I guess women don't understand it all. I pulled up a picture. It's like a park bench and snow and everything like that. And it's like, why do men keep saying they want to bleed out here? What does that mean? We just want a good death. That's all. I think that's what it comes down to. All right, continue. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So by now his jeans have frozen stiff, sneakers soaked through with ice water, hands that no longer bend. The hours blur. He falls, he crawls, he goes in circles. but he stands again because two little girls are waiting in the dark behind him. Eventually, he reaches a ridgeline, his body's failing, vision narrowing, and he doesn't know it yet, but he's 1 mile from shelter.
That's how it always happens. These people die. Everybody dies like a mile from. You'll see this thing like they search for this guy for like 10 days. Finds out he starves to death like 16 feet from the trail where everybody was walking by and he didn't even know it.
He might not be dead, though.
Oh, maybe not.
1 mile from heat, 1 mile from help, 1 mile from survival, but the mountain gets the final say. How's that for a downer of a start?
Yeah, not bad. The guy's almost dead. He's about to bleed out. I think, you know what I think it is? I think it comes from this picture right here. Oh no, this is going to be like the lowest resolution thing ever, but I think this is where the concept started, was this. You know what that's from?
Is that from
It's Blade Runner. Blade Runner, where he's basically bleeding out on the stairs of the place. Anyway, continue.
Okay. This is the story of the choices that led him here, the road that tricked him, and this is a road you 100% would have taken.
Okay.
You would have
this
scouted
guy
this road.
Walks on this road and is almost dead. Got it.
Yes. This is the story of the Kim family and Bear Camp Road, a tragedy of a wrong turn.
Bear Camp Road. That sounds familiar.
It's in the state that I don't want to say wrong.
Oh, no.
Seattle is. So.
What do you mean? How do you say Seattle wrong? It's Washington.
Seattle's a state. It was, well, no, it's not. It's the next state. The next below it.
Oregon?
Oregon. How do you say it?
Oh, yes. This is a contentious point between the Oregonians. I just say Oregon.
Oregon?
Yeah. The Oregonians are very particular with how you say it. So you're right, to feel potential shame.
Feel nervous. Like Jeff's going to come on here and disown us as friends. All right. So let's start with a little background. James and Katie Kim were a young, warm, creative, adventurous couple. They met through mutual friends at like one of those parties where they're like, hey, meet my friend. No, meet my friend. And they fell in love instantly.
Pre-Snapchat, pre-Tinder.
Yes.
When you actually met people in person. Got it.
Yes. They lived in San Francisco, 2 daughters, Penelope, 4, and baby Sabine, who's 7 months old. People said that you couldn't have a conversation if James was in a room with his daughters because he would just get distracted by them and just want everything to do with them. Didn't care about anybody else. He even brought her to work when it was like totally against the rules. But he's like, fuck it. I'm bringing my daughter to work. I want to hang out with my kid.
What was his job? Do we know?
He was a well-loved editor at CNET. Early tech journalism royalty. Think of that guy you like to watch on YouTube.
What? Marquise Brownlee.
Yes, he was him. Okay. He was the early version of him.
Okay.
And Katie owned 2 retail shops in San Francisco. So they're doing okay. Right?
So he's got a real job and she's got a tax write-off. Is that what I'm gathering here?
Yes. But she's got 2 of them, so she's probably good, right? Sure. It's not a bakery in like a small town. This isn't a Hallmark movie.
Got it.
James was the son of Dr. Tai Kim. We'll come back to more about him later. He's a Korean immigrant who built a life out of grit, devotion, and discipline. James inherited his father's quiet, steady bravery. So again, it's Thanksgiving 2006. They drive to Seattle to visit family, completely normal, completely safe. But the drive home would be anything but. James and Katie didn't set out on an adventure. They were just doing what thousands of families do every year, driving from San Francisco to Seattle to spend Thanksgiving with relatives. It was one of the first long trips they'd taken as a family of 4 since Sabine's birth, and the Kims were excited to introduce her to their extended family. Can you imagine? Like one of them is like, fuck, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go there. I don't want to eat Thanksgiving food.
Yeah, I don't want this. I don't want this poverty food, this stupid turkey. Although if they're like, their last name is Kim, maybe they're having actual good food. Or maybe they're having not.
Do you want to see what they look like?
Yeah, sure. Maybe they're not having the typical staple American food, which is the worst.
Speculate they were
having the American food.
Yeah. So this is James and Penelope and Sabine, and then that's Katie.
Okay.
So cute little family.
Yep.
So they spend a few days celebrating Seattle, relaxed, cozy, full of good food and grandparents holding babies. Penelope playing with her cousins. It was the kind of holiday visit that reminds you what family is for.
Oh.
Aw. When it's time to head home, they left later than planned. Feeding the baby, shoes are lost, long, drawn out goodbyes,
Yes.
plastic bags being filled with stuff you don't want.
I wonder if that's my life. Absolutely. It's the Minnesota goodbye.
Yep.
Or it's just like nobody will
Well,
leave. I'm always like, time to go. Put shoes on, out the door. That
yeah.
way nobody has a chance to give you a bunch of crap you don't want on your way out the door.
So by the time they finally got out onto I-5 South, it was already evening. The girls fell asleep within minutes, bundled in blankets, kind of peaceful backseat exhaustion that makes parents whisper so they don't wake them up. They drive through southwestern Washington and into Oregon. First it's calm, then light rain, long stretches of freeways, quiet conversation, headlights reflecting off wet pavement, hopefully better headlights than we had last night.
Gosh.
They plan to stop for the night somewhere around Gold Beach on the Oregon coast to break the long trip into 2 days. Do you know where that is?
No, I don't. I do not.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's southwestern Oregon up on the ocean.
I'll show you a map eventually.
Okay. I find it okay. So I sense that obviously this guy's lost, right? We heard in the beginning of this. I find it so difficult. What year is this, by the way? Those pictures look like early 2000s. I find it difficult to believe anybody can actually get lost in America, like absolutely flat out lost.
You'll find
How
out
was
why.
that? Okay, because it just doesn't seem like a thing.
So when they reached Grants Pass area, it was already too late. Rain was coming down harder. The highway signs at night all blended together. And with two little girls sleeping in the back, they made a very parent decision. Let's not wake them. Let's just keep going a little farther. Somewhere near Grants Pass, they miss a turn. Just imagine Katie saying something like, something terrible has happened. They missed the turn and they're tired. And who wants to backtrack 30 minutes when there's got to be a better way, right?
That is
you don't
probably
want to turn around.
Yeah, you never want to turn around and go backwards. You always want to keep moving forwards. And I think that can lead to an error for sure. Because I think that comes a lot from not admitting mistakes. You don't want to have a mistake or be wrong.
Yeah, and why isn't there? So they're just imagine that this. So they're.
Hey, do me a favor. Put whatever you're looking at on your monitor on your left a little bit.
On my, it is all the way to my left. I can't move it any farther.
Okay, all right.
I can move it over here.
No, that's okay.
I know this isn't the best angle for me, is it?
Oh, you look great. Don't worry about it.
All right. So like I'm gonna try to explain this for you. They're up here, right? And they're traveling down.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Grants
Pass
go
right
to the
now.
Coast. So they got to go this way.
Well, I'm gonna pull up a map and we're gonna look at where Grants Pass is, and we're gonna peek at this a little bit. You want to see my map?
It's better.
Oh, your map is better.
My map is for sure better. All right. They're up here, and they're supposed to turn here.
Is that where Grants Pass is?
42.
Oh, Grants Pass is way down there.
Yeah. But this was the plan, was to take this. Okay? And then go over to the coast. But they missed that exit. And they end up down by Grants Pass.
Okay, first of all, that's a long way to go to not realize you missed an exit.
Yes.
We'll just say that.
Zoning out. Rocking out. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing this. All right. So they're supposed to take Seattle to I-5, then cutting to Oregon 42, then following the coast to Gold Beach. And then they were going to plan on staying at the 22-ton lodge for the night.
Okay.
Sounds dumb. At one point, Katie called to make a reservation at and the hotel employee was like, you're not going to make it here. And she's like, no, just like book me the room. And she's like, no, seriously, you should not drive this way. Like the roads are bad. There's a storm coming. Just stay somewhere else. And they're like, nope, we know better. We're going.
Can I ask you a question?
Get to that hotel. Yeah.
What kind of car are they driving?
I'll get there too.
Okay. I'm very curious.
What kind of car do you think they're driving?
Tech guy, early 2000s.
Lives in San Francisco.
Yeah, families in Seattle. 2
kids.
I'm going to go with like a Passat. I'm going to go with a Volkswagen Passat. Clearly, probably not 4Motion.
All right. So back to the misturn. Because this is 2006, there's no Waze, no navigation. Maybe there is, but they don't have it. Or maybe he was just like...
This is the era of
This is an adventure.
This is printed out. Yeah,
printed out MapQuest.
Yeah.
All right. So he pulls out a paper map. And they see a road that they think looks like a shortcut. That road is Bear Camp Road. It's just a skinny line slicing across the mountains, and they think, yeah, that'll work. They turn onto it, and that brings us to this town, Merlin, Oregon. This is where they leave I-5 and unknowingly begin heading into the Saskatoon Mountains.
Like,
Is that how you say it?
I don't know. Saskatoon? Oh, a Sissi. Whoa. The river is Siskiyou. Siskiyou. Yeah, the Siskiyou
Everybody's
National Forest.
Screaming right now. They're like,
Yeah,
you
from
guys are
Oregon.
idiots. And that's the moment, the single normal moment where everything starts.
Oh, this road looks awesome.
I know. So on the map, Bear Camp Road looks like a clean connector. Nothing warns them it's seasonal. Nothing warns them it's unplowed. Nothing warns them that the gate should be closed this time of year. Does that sound familiar?
Why?
I don't know. Don't you go through gates?
Oh,
For
yes.
roads you probably shouldn't be on?
I do. I have, yes, I've been stranded in the snow.
Yep.
In my car, trying to drive through. Luckily, getting rescued by, I can't even make a route with this road. It is currently closed.
Mm-hmm. But
you can't drive it right now. It doesn't look like.
So at first the road is paved, then it's cracked, then it's gravel, then it's dirt. While Katie sleeps because she's not stressed out, they know where they're going, right? So she's just sleeping away. James stops to move branches and rocks from the road.
Oh my God. You've
Is that too much?
Well, it's like, okay, if you're already moving branches and rocks out of the road, you've gone too far.
And now it starts to snow.
Hubris.
There's a fork here in the road. Bear Camp Road splitting into BLM Road 34-8-36 is the decision that seals their fate.
What is it? BLM Road what?
836. And I'm going to show you what this road looks like in the summer. So in the summer, or when it's not closed, it looks like this. So you pull up here, it's snowing, right? There's a little fork in the road. There's stuff written on the road. Right up here in the road, it says dead end in white spray paint. Okay.
Which you can't see because it's snowing.
Right. This road to the left goes to the coast. And you can't tell from this photo, but there's a little sign right here. See this little sign that says coast?
Yeah.
How are you going to see that when it's snowing? Coast.
I mean, it's not very good. Well, it says Gold Beach, 54 miles. And if you know that's on the coast, you're set. You're okay.
But it also says Bear Camp. So they don't know. This isn't telling them which way to turn. This is the fork. Okay?
Okay.
So they're just like, this road over here looks bigger. It's wider. This is a single lane road over here. So they're like, that's the way to go. So that is what they do. So the gate was open even though the road behind it wasn't maintained. I've heard it a few different ways. Some people say that it was like vandals who broke in, opened the gate, and like tied it open so that they could go back there. And
here's the thing: whenever you go on, like, I've driven through BLM road land before, and a lot of this land is you can it's okay, you can open the gate, drive through, but you have to close the gate behind you.
Yeah,
you always go through the gate, close the gate, secure the gate. You do not leave the gate open for, obviously, I think it's for livestock reasons mainly.
Sure.
But you never just leave the gate open. That seems irresponsible.
So the other thing that people say is that the state or whoever maintains it was supposed to close it, but that they were worried there was hunters out and they didn't want to lock the hunters in.
Well, this is end of November. So November is when these roads get closed down.
Right.
So was it maybe that it was a gray area of maybe they hadn't gotten around to closing it yet?
I think it closes in like early November.
Okay.
But I think someone was supposed to go back and close it and they just forgot.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. So the Kims drive through. This is where the story becomes a slow motion nightmare. They chose a direction that was the wrong direction. The only clue would have been that white spray painted text on the road that said dead end and
which they couldn't see
and
because
the tiny post sign.
Yeah.
From that fork, they traveled more than 23 miles along
Good grief. Give it another try there. Wow. Come on now. Just skip the word.
Shitty logging road.
There you go.
So there's no plows, there's no traffic, there's no cell phone service because it's 2006. So they had, I'm sure the tech guy, he's got cell service. He's got a cell phone, but the service is
Right.
probably super bad.
Well, there's probably still no service there today.
Yeah, and the storm is there, and the snow is coming down. It's a mix of like wet and snow, and like it's late. They're tired. His eyes are probably he's like all stiff from staring. So imagine her too. She's probably like, oh, "What are you doing? Why'd you do that?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there was stress and yeah. Turn around. No, I got this.
Why did you do that? Did you let me sleep? Blah blah blah."
I'm sure
Well,
there's hubris involved here,
yeah.
which is the danger.
So at one point they realize they can't be going in the right direction. The road narrows to a point where the only way they can reposition themselves is to go backwards. So blackout darkness, freezing wind, a narrow road carved into a mountain. They're at like 4,500 elevation right now. So
What kind of car is it?
They've been driving up this mountain. Like,
Okay.
what are they doing? Like, all right.
Surely you must realize that you've made a mistake. There's a little bit of me like
they
where
realize
it's
that
kind
they've
of
gone
like
too far.
they're like, okay, I'm a tech bro, an early 2000s tech bro driving a, I don't know, a Volvo or a Golf or something into the wilderness. The guy's obviously kind of an idiot.
Yeah. Well, you've turned off. You just keep going west, right? As long as you're still going west, you're going in the right direction.
Yeah, but you can't, when you're driving these roads, you don't really know which direction you're heading if it's dark or you don't have some sort of navigation point because you're constantly turning and switching back on these roads. There's a compass in this car behind me.
Yeah.
For that reason.
I'm reading, you should pull up like the street view so you can see. It's just like this tiny narrow road with big trees.
There's no street view. I already tried.
Okay. So James grips the wheel, turns to look behind him, and inches the Saab backwards along the snowy shelf road so that he could drive in reverse. Because he can't turn around. He's fucked. He's just
in the freaking mystery car.
Yep. So every foot the tire slips a little, every slip the car tilts, every tilt your heart stops. Blah blah blah. Not you, just me. He got the door open so he can see the edge of the road so they don't tumble off the side. So just imagine him. He's like sitting there, like looking down at the edge of the road.
It's at this point, the guy realized he screwed up and he's probably really scared now.
Yes.
I'm sure he's absolutely terrified.
So the 4-year-old wakes up and goes, "Mommy, why are we driving backwards?" So every few minutes he's telling himself, it's just around this bend. This has to be it. They do it for an hour.
Backing up.
Now the fuel gauge is down to a quarter of a tank, and there's no way they're making it back to the main road tonight. But they push on. Eventually, they reach a curve where the road banks the wrong way beneath a huge snowdrift. They try creeping forward, and gravity decides for them. The Saab sinks into the drift.
The Saab. Of course it was a Saab. I should have known.
The front end digs in. The undercarriage sits down on dense snow. The tires spin. The car slides sideways and locks into place. That is the moment the mountain shuts its door. They are trapped. This is where they will spend 7 nights trying to stay warm, trying to keep the children alive, and waiting for help that isn't coming. This is the Kim family camp.
Oh my God, 7 nights in a Saab.
So,
I mean, if you could pick any car to be stranded for 7 nights in, what would you choose?
A Saab 92X Aero.
Is that what this thing is?
Yes.
That's a Subaru.
Subaru.
Yeah, the Subaru, the famous
makes sense,
Subaru.
Doesn't it? Totally the car he's in. With kids?
Yeah, you're not only are you from Seattle driving a Subaru, which is very predictable, but you are a tech bro driving a Saab, which is edgy and fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you think
What would I be in?
It's all-wheel drive. It's all-wheel drive. That's an all-wheel drive vehicle. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Just turn it around on the road. Why couldn't you just turn around?
The road was so narrow.
Come
It's a
on.
logging road. And they were like, it was a logging road that just splintered off into all these tiny little other logging roads.
So just turn in one and back up and turn around.
Yeah. It's not plowed. It's not maintained. They're up in the mountains now. So it isn't even the snow that's coming down that's the issue. There's already fucking snow there.
Yeah, I understand.
All right.
Come on, dude, turn the car around.
All right. According to ChatGPT, this is why it didn't stand a chance. You can tell
the
me.
car?
Yes.
Okay.
It has street tires with 0 bite, low ground clearance, and instant plow. Suspension tuned for pavement. Do you tune your suspension? That's how you refer to it?
Okay. ChatGPT is retarded, but continue.
Yeah. Open diffs.
Yeah.
And a logging road, snow, deep, wet, and uneven.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in an Audi Quattro with locking differentials, you're probably getting out of here.
Yeah, I
But
probably want to be in the Trooper.
well, here's the thing: the Trooper is not as capable as you would think, but it would do better than that thing.
Yeah.
I don't have
All right.
locking differentials. Do you know what a locking differential is?
That's when you do the thing on the Trooper to make it 4-wheel drive, right?
No, that just engages the hub so that the I have 4-wheel drive. Locking differentials means you know how like you do a one wheel, like a one wheel wonder, a one
Yeah.
wheel peel. That's because you have an open diff. It takes whatever wheel has the least amount of resistance and sends the power there. So if you're in the
Oh.
snow, that's not going to work because the wheel in the snow has the least amount of resistance and it'll just spin. If you have a locking diff, it locks it so both wheels turn at the same time and you get twice as much traction.
All
But
right.
I can't, other than like a new Toyota 4Runner or something like that, and I'm sure there's a few other things, I don't think anything really has like a straight up locking differential anymore. It's a very off road thing. All the old, like early 80s, I'm sorry, late 80s, early 90s, and some thereafter, Audis had it.
Uh, all right. All-wheel drive does not mean invincible. Sometimes it doesn't even mean functional. And this is a perfect time to talk about Nokia tires.
Yes, if they would have had some damn Nokian tires on there. Whoa, look at that. Did you
That's
make
the
that?
Kim family in their
Did,
sub.
oh my gosh. Okay.
Look at with their Nokian Hakapolitas.
Yes, this would have been them if had they not had they escaped
Yes.
because the car was lifted with studded tires.
Yes, because the Hakapolita line has Arctic tested rubber that stays soft at -40 degrees.
Why do the wheels
Snow
also?
claws that slush edges engineered for traction on unplowed roads.
First of all, we all
Reinforce.
know Nokia makes the best winter tires of all
Yes,
time. However, I'm wondering why the wheels in your image have studs.
because I put them on it. Oh, the
Did you
wheels? That's
did you
a
put
that's a fashion thing.
okay, they're okay. Anyway,
Makes them,
continue.
yeah. And then compounds designed specifically for ice covered mountain terrain.
Like super high tread compound, you know,
All right.
crappy all seasons. No
So
seasons as they would be called. This is
all-wheel
a good
drive. Yeah, I'm still doing the ad.
sorry.
All-wheel drive gets you started. Tires keep you alive. Don't
It's
trust all
true.
seasons in the winter. Don't trust hope. Trust the tire built for survival. Trust Nokia and Hakapolita. Now throw in Jake with everything I didn't mention.
Yes. No, I'm not doing that. That was great. We love Nokia and they make a great tire. We just had them. It's on the. Are you excited? It snowed out today.
Yeah,
We've
and
got the
they're
winter
on my
tires.
car.
They're on the. It'll be interesting comparing the 4MATIC
Hmm.
to the 4Motion, which we previously had last winter with the Golf R. But I guess a 380 horsepower, 350 horsepower, whatever it was, Golf R with a manual 6-speed 4Motion studded tires is probably better than a Mercedes wagon with
The
4MATIC.
Mercedes is heavier though,
I
right?
don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. We'll find out.
It
We'll
has
report back.
more room if we decide to get
If
stranded.
if we do get stranded on Bear
Lay,
Pass Road,
I could lay
yeah,
all the way out in the car, unlike the Golf R, where only Jake could lay all the way out.
that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah. All
Valid.
right. So
I
we're
did
going to the.
sleep in the back of the when Larson and I were scouting in Idaho. I mean, we were on a road very similar to this,
Okay.
and I mean, it was probably 6 p.m. and we realized it was just like, hey, it's too late. We weren't stranded or anything, but it's like, hey, it's too late. We're never going to make it back to town and find a hotel. Because the way the scouting stuff goes is very often you don't know where you're going to be. So you can't plan ahead. You can't book a hotel ahead of time. You have to just show up in a town and hope that there's a place. And if there's not, you just go to the next town. But I knew there's no way we were going to get to any town at all. I have a photo of this somewhere. I probably won't be able to find it. But we ended up just staying in this little pull off in the middle of the woods. And I'm like, oh, this will be great. It's going to be chilly. It ended up being so freaking cold. It got down to like 36 degrees or something like that. I was in the back of the wagon. Larson had a tent and froze to death. I can't imagine 7 nights.
All right. So first
But
night
it
in
was
the car.
beautiful. It was
I bet it
beautiful.
was. So truly stuck in the snow, they climb back in the car, turn off the engine to save fuel. The cabin fogs with their breath. Wind whips past the windows hard enough to rattle the glass. They bundle up the kids, wrap them in coats and leftover clothes, tell them it's an adventure, like camping. But sometime around 2 a.m., when the girls are finally asleep, James and Katie share a look, a quiet, terrified look that says, we are in trouble, we have to be strong, No one is expecting them. No one is missing them yet. No one is coming tonight. They don't sleep. They just shiver and wait for sunrise.
Poor kid.
So, day 2, the snow gets deeper. Now their tracks are gone and the road vanishes. They run the engine in short bursts, trying to keep warm. And to make things even worse, bears start to circle the car. I don't know what kind of bears. Whatever bears are there.
I'm sure they're just black bear, brown bear.
Yeah. So, day 3, their gas is gone. They burn anything they can find that's dry, which isn't much. Their food supply mostly consisting of baby food and road trip snacks, like baby food, like jars of baby food.
Here's the road I was stranded on in the Mercedes. I guess maybe stranded is not the right word, but this is probably Idaho somewhere. It's got to be. But this is kind of the road that I'm thinking of when I think of the road that you're talking about.
That's what
exactly
I
like this.
Too.
I could turn around on this road.
Yeah, but see, I think what you're missing is there was a cliff on the side of it.
There's a cliff here.
Where's the cliff? There's trees right there.
Yeah, but there's
they were on the edge of the mountain.
Like, are we talking like sheer cliff?
Off. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
They should have turned around a long time ago.
I'm just trying to understand how these people honestly seem a little dumb.
Dark. It's dark, and they're in the middle of this BLM road. Imagine there's no lights except for their headlights. Right?
No, I'm sure.
So they don't even see that there's a cliff on the side of the road. They just see the freaking road.
Right.
All right. So Katie starts melting snow in the baby bottles during the day.
Look at this. Hold on. Look. I'm sorry. Look at this sign. This is like the best sign in the world. I should just have stolen it. Look at that. Winding road next 99 miles. 99.
You should have taken that road sign.
I should have taken that sign.
All right.
Continue. So these people are eating baby food.
Yeah, and she's melting snow, and she's nursing both kids, so they don't have to feed the kids the rest of their food, which is probably like peanut M&Ms and like a granola bar.
Maybe I never have a lot of food. I usually don't have extra food, but I usually have a couple gallons of water.
They seem like they're healthy people. They probably got like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, they probably live in granola bars. Terrible, they drive a Subaru, and they're from San Francisco.
Right. So she's nursing the kids, keeping them fed, and the bears are still in the area. All right, day 4 through 6, storm after storm after storm.
Well, what did tell me a little bit about, what's the boredom situation?
I have no idea. They're probably just keeping the kids entertained and trying to keep warm, right? So they finally decide they're going to burn the spare tire. So they think, we'll burn this tire. It'll get us some warmth. Maybe someone will see the smoke, and maybe someone knows we're missing now, right? So,
do we know how deep the snow is? Like, is the car covered in snow? You can't even see it anymore. Like, what's the situation? I think it's pretty
covered in snow.
Do we know how deep the snow is? Can this guy walk or not walk?
I mean, he walks.
I mean, we know he walks, but man.
I don't know how much snow there is.
I think that the thing is knowing and understanding when someone is going to come for you and when they are not going to come for you.
They don't think anybody's coming for them.
Well, they obviously did if they sat there for 4 days.
But they don't know nobody knew where they were going.
I understand that, but no one's coming, dude. You sat there for, once you got stuck, once you were stuck. So and I'm not a survivalist guy, okay? I'm not like Bear Grylls or anything like that. But once you're stuck, you make the decision, is anybody going to come this way? Yes or no? If the answer is no, you leave right away.
Yeah, well, because I think they still think maybe someone's coming. They don't know that they don't know they're on this road. Yeah, they don't know they're not on their way to the coast.
Okay, because you need to move right away, because the longer you wait, the weaker you get.
Right.
And the higher chances that you're just going to bleed out in one of those spots along the way.
By night 6, they've burned all of their tires. Their tires are it's just rims. Like everything, tires are gone. Katie tells James if the kids don't survive, that he needs to slit her wrists with his pocket knife. He agrees. So this night, he stays up all night long. He's up all night studying his map. And he thinks there's a town 4 miles away that he's going to make it to.
They have a map this whole time and they still don't know where they are.
But they don't know where they are. So he thinks that he's going to be able to make it to this town because he doesn't have any other options. Like this is what he's got to do.
The guy didn't have any options on day 1.
Yeah.
Day 1. Tech
So,
bro.
so he was very wrong. The town was more likely 15 miles away as the crow flies.
Mm,
Over mountains and streams, an actual 30-mile hike. Day 7, he starts his walk.
the long
The
walk.
long walk. So off of the mountain when
Does he go? Does
nobody's
he go forward or backward?
I think he goes forward.
Okay.
Well, I'll get there. So off of the mountain when no one's heard from James and Katie after Thanksgiving, most people are just assuming they took an extra day, they don't have good cell phone service, they're just he
Can you
loves his
imagine?
family
Can you
and he's
imagine the
going to
time?
blow it off.
Imagine the time, right? When if someone disappeared for a day, it was fine. Or 2 days, it was fine. Because you didn't talk to everybody every single day.
Right.
I'm like texting memes, DMing all the time. All the
Yeah.
time. And if you don't hear from somebody for a few days, you send a text message, yo man, what's going on? Are you all right? Back then it was no, you would go weeks without talking to people.
Yeah.
You just didn't call them. You just had to
Yep.
pick up the phone and call. It's weird.
So at the same time, one of James' coworkers is like, he should be back by now. And James' father is like, why aren't they back? He's like, something's off. James was reliable. Katie was responsible. They had 2 small daughters. They weren't careless, and they always checked in. So both of these people report them missing. Dr. Kim later said James would never have put his family at risk. Something is very wrong. They started calling the authorities, and the search began. The first search efforts were huge, but unfocused. Southern Oregon is vast. The family's route wasn't clear. The weather was brutal. Listen, I can't talk. The
You're
snow
doing
was
great.
piling deep, and no one knew they'd turned onto Bear Camp Road. No one knows.
Wow, we're
No
inventing
one
words.
knowed.
No one
No
knowed.
one knew they had chosen a road BLM road. What is a BLM road?
Bureau of Land Management. So
Okay.
it's government owned, but
Okay.
not maintained. So if you want, you can drive out to a BLM road and drive off the road and just camp.
Okay.
It's kind of a free for all out there.
Okay. So the initial search zone was over 1,600 square miles. Dr. Kim kept pushing people. He wasn't emotional outwardly. He was intense, persistent, and laser focused. He kept telling the authorities, they didn't vanish. You must look closer. Narrow the search. That pressure mattered, and it kept the search active. It prevented officials from scaling it down too early. Usually they're like, okay, they wouldn't have made it this long. It's just a recovery effort.
Let me show you like a map of BLM land. This is going to shock you. This is it.
I'm ready to be shocked.
There it is.
Oh, man.
So it is a lot of land.
Why wouldn't it be in like the Midwest? Why is it all over there?
Because it's farmland. This is all like, if you look at Nevada, you're not
Mountains and
growing
stuff.
anything out there. This is just land that's owned by the government. I'm sure like if there was a program to give away land in some of these places,
Yeah.
nobody would want it. However, I'm always confused why there's so much government land in like Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Oregon, Washington. Why is there so much? It doesn't make any sense to me why the government owns so much land. But there's a lot of BLM land out there.
Okay. So James' dad eventually even hired his own helicopter pilots when he didn't think they were doing enough to search for him.
Would you hire a helicopter pilot for me?
Hell yeah. I'm calling up RJ and being like, dude, come on. All right. So Kim, being smart, also connected with a team of cell network engineers from Singular and other providers. And they worked
Singular.
day and night trying to extract meaning from a single faint ping off a cell tower near Glendale, Oregon, not Arizona.
I was like, wow, that's a hell of a cell phone tower.
Yeah, like I guess when they were like driving through it, like pinged for like just a second. So these engineers were like deep diving. They were like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna be like Reddit
Heroes.
police and find it. Yeah. Anyway, so they pulled tower sector angles, signal strength decay, terrain occlusion patterns, weather-based interference, and probable handset movement to narrow it down to the Bear Camp region. And this was a life-saving breakthrough. One engineer later said, we worked for him. His strength kept us at it. They're talking about Dr. Kim because he was like really putting on the pressure. Like, we got to find my kid.
Yep.
All right, so back to the family. On the seventh morning, James looks at his
When is
family.
this? I'm sorry. When is this happening? The guy.
When
They're
are they
using his cell phone
searching?
stuff. Yeah. What day are we on?
I think this is like day 3.
Okay.
Like it's early. They're on it. So
Why didn't they see the tire fire?
because they're looking at 1,600 miles radius.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So on the seventh morning, James looks at his family, a barely crying baby anymore, a 4-year-old asking for breakfast, and a wife trying to hold herself together. He knows if he stays, none of them will survive. No one is coming for them, and the tires have all been burned. He kisses them all, puts on his soaked sneakers and a thin jacket, and promises Katie that if he doesn't find anything, that he will turn around and come back. But this is a promise he never intends to keep. And with that, he walks. Katie watches him disappear into the trees. 16 miles through waist-deep drifts, all right, waist-deep snow.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Icy
nuts.
creeks, wrong forks, ravines, frostbitten hands, snow blindness, exhaustion, silence that feels like a physical weight. His tracks show purpose and determination. That night, he doesn't make it back to the car. He sleeps along the river to wake and begin again in the morning. Katie gets the girls bundled up and attempts to go after him on the second day. She doesn't make
Ugh.
it far before she starts to get confused and begins hallucinating. She takes the girls back to the car. We don't know his exact starting and stopping on that first day, but he starts by walking down that same logging road that they drove in on for 11 miles through snow, exhaustion, and brutal cold. Just think about us walking around in New York, freezing our butts off when it's like 40 degrees. And this guy's in all wet clothes
I wasn't
walking
complaining
through
that much.
this.
It wasn't that cold.
This guy's cold.
Yeah.
When he gets close to the fork, he makes what he hopes is a shortcut.
No,
And he
fork in the
leaves
road.
the road and drops into a steep ravine heading towards Big Windy
Okay,
Creek,
here's
which
the thing.
flows into the Rogue River.
He's dehydrated.
Mhm.
He's starving. He's tired. You do not make this is not the epic decision making situation that you have put yourself into at this point.
Yeah.
You're very delirious. I can't imagine you're making very good decisions.
And he
At
hasn't
this
been
point,
eating. He hasn't been sleeping.
I know. This is why I said earlier, you leave right away or you don't leave at all.
Yep.
Because there's no world in which on 6th or 7th day of starving and being dehydrated that you're going to make any good decisions out on the road. Plus you're weak.
Yep.
It was some very bad decision making done here by Mr. Kim.
Yep. So he reaches the ravine and it's nearly impassable, but he pushes through it. He begins to shed clothes at some point, maybe as breadcrumbs, maybe he was in his final push and paradoxical undressing. You know what that is, right?
No.
That's where when you start to you start to shed your clothes, you start to feel like you're super hot and you just start taking your clothes off. That's what I do whenever you're in the bedroom with me.
Turn the thermostat down in the bedroom, I guess. Some of that paradoxical undressing.
So they eventually find him 16.2 miles from the car and less than 1 mile from reaching a lodge that would have saved him. But the cold steals him before he reaches it. They find him days later face down near a creek. He walked until he couldn't go any farther, breaking his promise to Katie, but not to himself. He died saving his family, and because he tried, they lived.
Oh, because they found him.
And this is a great spot for our next ad for, wait for it.
If only they had Onyx, is my guess.
If only they had Onyx off-road.
Oh my gosh. Jesse.
Because paper maps can lie. Google Maps doesn't always show seasonal closures. Signals get buried. Trailheads shift. Logging roads don't follow human logic. But Onyx shows which roads are open, which ones are seasonal, which are unmaintained, which are private, which have obstacles, which are impassable in the winter, and even better,
BLM.
It works with no cell service.
And they have all the BLM borders and maps and everything like that.
It overlays terrain, slope, elevation, road type, trail difficulty, everything that Kim's needed to make the right choices that night. Yes. Had they used Onyx, this tragedy likely never happens. And if you explore wilderness roads, don't trust the dotted lines on paper maps. Trust the tool designed to save your life. Onyx Off-Road, know before you go.
Ooh, I like it. So this guy died.
Yep.
And they found him.
That's not exactly the order. Well, Yeah, he died and then they found him. So, meanwhile, the search is still underway, but they aren't finding anything. Most helicopter pilots can't even see the searchers on the ground because of the weather and the terrain. But one helicopter pilot does spot something: footprints in the snow. He follows the prints until they disappear under a tree. When he loses them, he backtracks, following them the opposite way, right to the family where Katie is sitting. Katie is standing below, waving an umbrella. The
Can you
pilot,
imagine? Can you imagine the emotion after a week? And then
yeah,
imagine finding out that your husband died,
yeah.
didn't make it, but you did.
So the pilot doesn't have the fuel to actually rescue the family at this point. And he doesn't have the tools to, like, he can't drop
Yeah.
down a rope or something. So he lowers the helicopter down low enough to make eye contact with her, to be like, hey, I see you, you see me, I'm coming back for you.
Yeah. Can you
So,
imagine the destitution when that thing leaves?
well, at least it didn't just like hover around and then peace out. It
Yeah.
like, he
Yeah,
made sure
he
that
let
he
him
knew.
know.
Yeah.
But still, the absolute hopelessness as it flew away would
Yeah.
have been
And
brutal.
meanwhile, she's like, oh, he made it. He got us to safety, right?
Yeah.
So the family gets rescued. In the end, he did save his family. It was his footprints that saved them. They saw the footprints. So she gets to the hospital. They're like, get her stable or whatever. And she asks, where's Jim? Where's James? Nobody had told her that he was dead. Nobody knew that he wasn't there with them. So a few more days go by and they finally find James. And nobody can believe how far he made it in just a pair of tennis shoes.
Well, I'm sure they were just blocks of ice, but it didn't matter. He just kept going.
Yep.
You
So
know?
that is the story of one wrong turned into a terrible series of events.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We hope you had a good man. We hope you had a good Thanksgiving. This will come out on Friday, unless you're a member of the Drivers Club.
Wait for that. Wait.
Wait. Oh no! What do we got?
Don't.
More AI slop.
Wait, if they were members of the Drivers Club, then they would have looked like this. Ta-da!
What have you got?
That's the Kim family driving away.
Oh no!
To this episode.
Drivers Club saves lives. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, exactly.
I think Jeff would be mortified at that branding. Let's not tell him about any of that.
No, let's not tell him. But to really wrap it up, here is us having Thanksgiving.
Is that Jake with the turkey head?
That's Jake with the turkey head.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Jesse, thanks for standing in for Jake. That was great. I appreciate you.
Stay warm. Stay smart,
warm.
But still take the car. But don't go into a remote logging road in the winter without Nokian tires and Onyx.
That's a really good point. I have all those things except for the winter tires. Actually, the last 2 times I've scouted out in the mountains, I've had Nokian tires and Onyx. I've been all set.
You can take my car scouting if you want to.
I don't think so. On that note, we will see you guys.
No, we're not done.
What?
What would you have done different?
Man.
Would you have left me and the kids in the car?
It's very difficult.
I would have been hunting that bear with my little pocket knife.
Has anybody interviewed this woman to hear more about what happened? You know, like, I would like to hear more about what actually happened, why the decisions were made. Was she deferential to her own instincts? Were her own instincts saying one thing? Were they not saying another? Was it her fault? Was she begging him to stay when he wanted to go?
Yeah.
These are the things that you don't really know. And it's the instinct I'm thinking is to stay with your children. But I don't know. It's difficult because the technology situation is so much different now. I can hop on my phone with satellite, thanks to Elon or whoever runs satellites up there, and send a text message from anywhere. I could send a text message in an emergency from that spot and be like, hey, I'm stranded. Here's my GPS coordinates. Come get me. You can do that now. Back then you couldn't do any of that. But I can't even say. I feel bad now that the guy's gone, that I was like, this guy's an idiot. But I don't know. I think it probably would have been better to just go, oh my God, I'm stuck. And then maybe you wait 24 hours and then you just kind of got to go, man.
Or like maybe you just turn around and take that extra half an hour.
Yeah,
being
maybe.
on the right road.
Yeah. Well, again, it's probably hubris and ignorance. Tech bro meets mountain and snow, I guess, is
Yeah.
probably that this is the outcome that I wouldn't say is expected, but not good.
Yeah.
What about you? What would you have done differently?
I would have yelled at you more, but like, turn around.
No, you're pretty
Don't
good
be
with the
stupid.
directions. Your only annoyance in the car is hey, there's a parking spot right there. Yes, Jesse, I see the parking spot as well because I am in the same vehicle as you and I also have two eyes. That's the only stuff that you do. Or if I goose it a little bit, you go, why? Why are you doing that? And I don't need to say why. I just freaking like it. You're not super annoying. Yeah, I
So,
don't
do you
know.
want to end this talking about how much you love Thanksgiving food?
No, I'm good. I've already talked about Thanksgiving food enough. I don't need to do it. It's
Okay.
all garbage food. Everybody knows how I
Do you think
feel.
they left that car there? Someone go recover the car and take it to a
They probably
junkyard?
recovered it in the spring.
Think
Yeah,
so?
they probably yeah. Well, you can't from an environmental standpoint, you can't leave that out there.
Mhm.
You got to come, especially in a place like Oregon. They're
Yeah.
not leaving a car out in the Sissiakiwa forest or whatever it's called. They're not going to do that. They're going to come pick it up.
All right. Well, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for subbing in.
You're welcome. Do you
We
need
will
to do
see
an
you.
ad for the Drivers Club?
We did. We talked about if you're not a member of the Drivers Club, you're a deadbeat. It's $5. Sign up. We'd appreciate it. How's that? Is that good?
Perfect.
Overcastproductions.com/driver club. We will see you all next week. Say something.
Bye.